All right, today I want to give you guys a quick rundown of some of the core functionality within Jaket, and specifically with creating a new jacket and then creating an AICP bid attached to that jacket. So let's jump right in. This is our home screen, and this is just going to list all of your jackets. So you can sort these things by status. So bidding, awarded. You could filter out just by favorite project. So if you know you're jumping in and out of a certain project, you can favorite those things. And by doing that, you can also, from anywhere within the app, quickly jump between those projects. So that's our quick launch bar in the upper right here. Then, of course, you can just search by things like client name. So Hershey, it's picking up from the client name here. You could actually search by username. So Sam is assigned to all three of these projects. And you can search by, the typical stuff, job number, bid number, client name, all that kind of good stuff as well. But today we're going to go ahead and just create a brand new jacket. So I'm going to hit this new button in the upper right. And then it's going to ask for 3 bits of information. The first one is the identity. And you can think of an identity as a division or a location within your organization. So in this demo account, we have an LA office, a New York City office, and then a Hive virtual effects arm. The next thing it's going to ask for is the client. And this is essentially who's paying you for this job. And you can add new clients on this screen, and you can also add new brands associated with those clients. So let's go ahead and select our brand. I think we're going to do McDonald's for this demo and give it a name. We'll go ahead and hit create. That's going to create our new jacket. As you can see here, the things that we inputted are now carried over. So we know this is getting produced out of the LA office, the client, the brand, job number. It automatically will create a server ID. A lot of good stuff happens here. You can, of course, jump in here and edit those things. You can add client job IDs, which will then be passed through to bids and that. And then you can also assign other members of your team to this project. So in this example, we just assigned Chanel Diaz to this project, and she would then be getting an email saying, hey, you've been invited to work on this McDonald's Burger Bash project. Here's the URL. It's that simple. I don't want to get into user permissions and user roles right now, but essentially you can assign different users, different permission levels. So if you have a freelance producer and you only want them to see the jobs that you've assigned them to, you can do that. And then down across the bottom, we have different tabs. So bids, we're going to jump into here in a second. Dates, assets, deliverables, costs, finance, and comments. All of those things have a pretty cool functionality that I'm just not going to get into right now for the sake of time. So let's go ahead and create our first bid. We'll click this plus icon on the right, and that's going to take us to our bid template page. And essentially a bid template is a template that you've created and that you want to use over and over again to create bids. I've already gone in and taken the time to create a rate card for our McDonald's client. So I'm going to use this as our template to get started. So all I have to do is click on that, and then it's going to create our bid. Now, if I toggle down here, I could add things like deliverables, and then a project role. Now, a project role is who's going to be working on this project. So we've added a client here, Lisa Turner, who's our senior producer. You can see her contact information here. Okay, so we've added 3 different project roles, and now let's add a couple dates. So we'll say we're bidding today and tomorrow. Great. So like I said, you can now download this as a PDF. And you can see here it printed out our little PDF calendar. Next thing is notes. So internal notes are things that you want to see internally. Next is going to be our summary page notes. And those are essentially just a truncated version of your notes that you want to communicate on the cover page or the summary page before you go into the extended note section, which will be on the second page. So in this case, it's just quickly saying, hey, this is for 2 unique 15s with color and audio mix. Please see the full details on page 2. And then on page 2, we can actually come in here and give this page a little bit of formatting. Just listing out some of the specifics. I won't bore you with the details. So I'm going to go ahead and close that. And then here's our actual bid. Here's our actual line items. So I'll jump in here to our prep category. You can see everything's kind of bid out already. If you want to edit something, just toggle down, adjust time as needed. And of course the bid will update accordingly. I'll just toggle through the rest of these categories. Everything looks good. If I assume I don't need to change anything, I can go back to our bid details page. The only thing I want to change here is our fringe. I'm going to call this our California insurance. Leave that as is. Okay, this all looks good. So I'm going to go ahead and download this as a PDF. All right, so starting at the top here, you can see it pulled in that information. When we set the identity up front, it's pulling in that information. Our job ID that was created by Jaket for record keeping purposes. Here's the client information that you've entered in. You could see here Lisa Turner, who we added to the bid as a senior producer on the client side, has been separated out from the 2 project roles that we added on the post side. So we have our senior producer and editor on the post side also listed. Here's the dates we added. Here's, of course, the actual financial bid, the 2 deliverables. And then here's that cover page notes, where it's the truncated version of the notes that are going to show up on the bid summary page. And then scrolling down, here's page 2 with the extended notes and some of that basic formatting we added. And just like any AICP bid, this will actually list out all the line items. So we've sent that off to the client, and now we want to award this bid. So I'm going to go up to advanced, and we're just going to change this from active to awarded. I will say update, successful, your bid has been awarded. Now we're going to jump back over to the Jaket, and you can see here it's now pulled in those project roles that we added to the bid. If I go up here to edit again, you can see I could actually download a contact sheet, which is just going to be a PDF listing out all those project roles. Back over here, you can see our awarded bid is now listed. You can continue to add bids. You could duplicate this bid into the project, into another project. You can see under dates, our dates have now been added to the calendar. The assets, we haven't added anything there yet. But then again, on our deliverables that we added to the bid, once it's awarded, those get pushed over into the project. This is just the tip of the iceberg as far as features and what Jaket can do for you and your team. We haven't gotten into actualizing, adding costs, creating invoices, POs. We have a whole accounting portal to keep your accounting team in the loop. We have a vault. We have all sorts of things, creative portal, so your creative team can see what their tasks are for the day and get some of this job information. I'd love to demo all that for you live, personalize it to your needs. Just go to Jaket.app and click on free demo and sign up there, or shoot me a message. So thanks for watching, and I'm hoping we can be talking soon.